Good evening everyone and welcome to TT_Project Cars. We are here for pre-season, the first ever time that this has been done here in Project Cars for TTG. I'm JamesHead14. Everyone else is pretty much familiar there in the lobby. I am back as well. It's just like last season, isn't it? The Renault RSs are going to be starting us off tonight. As I say, test races. I don't even know what's going to be happening here tonight, but I do, however, have the format for you of how this night is going to pan out. We are going to be on stream for about an hour in length, roughly. We have got the format here. So tonight, we're going to be having 10-minute sprint races, different tracks and cars. We're going to be deciding while in games, a surprise for everyone. And there's going to be 5 races. They should last up to 1 hour. Not 1 hour each, of course, 10 minutes in length. It should be lasting around an hour, all 5 of the races. And it's similar run time to the actual league, which will start next week. Somebody has voted to kick Alan Kay. I don't know who that is. I know I can vote to kick him, but I'm not going to vote to kick him. But yeah, thank you to the one viewer that is currently tuning in to TTTV. I do appreciate whoever you are who is tuning in. But yeah, we are back for Season 3 of TTG Project Cars. As I say, this is just pre-season. This is more of a real test to see where the drivers are at, where I am at in terms of my commentary as well. And just to see how things will shape up as we approach Season 3, which will start next week. More details of that will come out very shortly indeed, and that will probably be released on Twitter at TT_PCars, similar to the lobby title that we have got here tonight. I do apologise in advance, by the way, if I do break a little bit for this commentary, because I've just came off League of Europe Division 1 commentary, so my voice is a bit down. It was a bit down before I started that commentary. It's even worse now, but I'm going to try and give you the best possible action that will unfold out on track, hopefully with a half decent voice as well. And yeah, it's taken me effort to get here. It's taken me a lot of effort. We have signed into the account, obviously, had to sign in, had to get my own drink and food and whatever else, just to refreshen up myself. And now I feel refreshed, and we are about to go. And Makinda for You is one of the viewers that are tuning in. Hello to you, Makinda for You. Of course, he is one of the drivers that is here tonight, and he, amongst others, including me, do not know what is going to happen here tonight. But I can tell you, we are starting off at Laguna Seca, a track that I am familiar with. We're going to have a 10-minute endurance race sort of time here. We will have a 30-second break, I think, before each race is developed up, obviously, when it loads up into the lobby. But as I say, hopefully everyone is keeping well here tonight in TTTV, and hopefully everyone will enjoy. I've had a word, by the way, from Andy. Andy has came through to me before the race and said he's going to be on pad and not on his wheel. He wants to get used to the to see where he's at with the pad. So he is going to be a little bit rusty. But yeah. And in fact, TT_PCars have just put out on Twitter that I am live. I've just retweeted that on my Twitter, so do come and watch if you are one of those scaredy cats that don't like to think he should be starting. I'm not sure where Alan Kay is. Hopefully he's getting up on his coffee. Ah, there we go, he's ready up. There we go. So we are ready to go here for the first race here at Laguna Seca. It is a very, very difficult track. Most famous track, one of the most famous tracks I think in the world, arguably, of course, now not known as the Mazda Raceway. It is, I mentioned this in a Gavra commentary a couple of weeks ago. They have changed their sponsorship, and it's a long-term sponsorship deal. I think it's WeatherTech Raceway they now call it. WeatherTech Raceway is what they now call it. Of course, Laguna Seca, based on California's beautiful central coast, and WeatherTech Raceway it is now known as, but of course Mazda Raceway, they do need to update some of the sponsorship. Goodness me. And in fact, this week they're hosting the Monterey pre-reunion for a bit of a thing for the thing, and they're also going to be hosting, coming up, the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship as well at Laguna Seca, and I think that's going to be live streamed actually. So if you do want to watch that, then that is going to be taking place September 13th to September 13th to September 15th. Enough of that, because we're going to get racing here at Laguna Seca. 10 minutes, of course, in the Renault RSL 1s, and we're about to go green any second now. There we go, light sequence is on. 6 drivers out on track, and we go green for the first race. And what a start by Crusher Bro! Fantastic start by Crusher Bro off the line. The current Project Cars 2 champion, of course, has broken the line early, and McKinder for You will chase him down into turn 1. He runs wide through turn 1 and 2. Complete outbreak. I think he just wants to toy with everyone. He just lets everyone through and thinks, I'm going to do this from the back. So McKinder for You then leads through turn 3. Mays through turn 3 as well in second. Andy in third, with Siege in fourth. Alan Kay in fifth, and Crusher Pro in sixth. Very easy names to get a hold of, so I will try and not flick through them as much as possible. But McKinder for You has broken that line early. 1.3 seconds out the gap. Mays is getting attacked by Andy down the inside. In fact, he's just lost a position to Siege around the outside, and Andy, in fact, losing 2 positions, because Crusher Pro has just gone past him. Alan Kay has dropped to the back. And McKinder for You leads 2.6 seconds, and he gets away. It's good to see Theo Daly joining. Don't be put off by that we've already started. We're already a minute in to this race. It will go quick and clean. We go through the corkscrew for the first time, and McKinder for You. Oh, look at that. The cones go absolutely flying. Mays having no limits there at all. The cones go absolute flying. What has the cones done to deserve this? That's exactly Karma has given retribution there to Mays, as Andy is forced wide by the returning Mays out on track. He's down to fourth now, Mays. That's what you get if you antagonise the cones out on track. On through lap 1 though, and McKinder for You leads 2.1 seconds. Crusher Bro in second, chasing him down. Siege in third, Mays in fourth, Alan Kay in fifth, and Andy in sixth. He's made some sort of mistake to be at the back of the field, and he goes for a move in fact on Alan Kay. He's got that move done, the Scotsman on the Irishman, and Andy is up to fifth. Good move there. And of course, if you are interested in keeping up with Andy's commentaries, AOR returns tomorrow night, and I do believe Andy is doing F2. I do believe. I think he's... Oh no, he's not. In fact, he's doing... Is he doing the top tier? I don't know. He's doing something anyways in AOR tomorrow. I will get up what he's commentated on for you, so you can watch that tomorrow, because I'm certainly going to be interested in watching AOR as it returns tomorrow night. But in the meantime, McKinder for You leads up the corkscrew for the second time, but Crusher Pro has already gained the second this lap and is closing in on McKinder for You. He's coming under all sorts of pressure from the defending Project Cars 2 champion. And Crusher Pro looking to put his name on the map as being champion for season 3 here. It'll be interesting to see how this race does unfold, of course. And McKinder for You leading the way. Crusher Pro in second, but only 5 tenths of the gap here at Laguna Seca as we come through lap 2. Just have to keep an eye on my elbow a bit, because I have been carrying a bit of a wound as I'm a bit stiff. But Crusher Pro, nearly tapping the back end there with McKinder for You under the brakes. Interesting battle for fourth developing. Mays and Alan Kay very close, and he just staying in behind. And McKinder for You has picked up a penalty. So McKinder for You has picked up a penalty, didn't slow sufficiently enough, and that's given him a time penalty for track limits. And now that does come up, in fact, in the race feed on the bottom right of your screen, as Crusher Pro tries to attack him. He's going to go all the way around the outside, is he? On McKinder for You. Oh, it's contact. McKinder for You loses the back end, the ball's off. This could bring all sorts of chaos in behind. Siege is well off the pace though, and he's going to be recovering. And Crusher Pro waits up for McKinder for You. I think that's the fairest thing to do. He's going to let him back through. That's a fair thing to do, but that could cost Siege. That could bring Siege into the lead actually. As they come up the corkscrew once again, McKinder for You totally outbreaking himself there, jumps over the curb, he's made it through somehow, and he made it through in P1 still. Siege in the purple Renault, just in behind, with Crusher Pro in third. We've got Mays in fourth, Alan Kay fifth, Andy in sixth, and no changes further down the field as Crusher Pro goes down the inside at turn 10 to get the move done on Siege. Siege just backs off, and Crusher Pro is through. The Norwegian driver, of course, defending champ, is beginning to attack McKinley for you. And McKinley for you, I think, will have a second penalty added on to his time. So just watch out for that in terms of the timings. McKinley for you, under pressure, here comes Crusher Pro. Is he going to dive it late down the inside? He does. He thinks about it going down the inside. He's down the inside of turn 2. And McKinley for you holds firm and holds the position. So McKinley for you back into P1 as Crusher Pro runs all over the background in the NVIDIA logo livery there. All over the background. Siege in third. Owen K, Andy and Mays all having their own private battle, but the real battle is out in front as Crusher Pro tries to find a way past McKinley for you. A lot cleaner there through turn, I don't know what turn that is, turn 5 I'm going to have to guess at, and Crusher Pro is going to go through on the inside. Crusher Pro is through on the inside and he's past McKinley for you, and McKinley for you up to the corkscrew. He's going to be on the outside line. You don't want to be on the outside line here if I've got to be honest, but Crusher Pro hangs on, better contact on the back end. McKinley for you just getting the pace off the corner. And Crusher Pro now leads the way from McKinley for you in second. Siege in third, who's hanging firm. I think he just ran a little bit wide there and got caught in the gravel slightly. I want to put a request in, by the way, to Andy, who is organising this, of course. Do not put in Willow Springs, because Willow Springs is one of the worst tracks on this game, and honestly, there was deaths the last time I saw some of the racing in Gavra. In the Renault Clio Cup this season, there was somebody driving around with 3 wheels. But less we say about that and more we focus on the action. With 4 minutes to go here, more than halfway through, and Crusher Pro leading the way, McKinley for you in second, and Siege in third. That in fourth is Mays, Alan Kay is in fifth, and Andy in sixth, struggling on the pad. Oh my god, what's he been up to? He's lost his rear wing! How can you lose your rear wing? More looks like a Bugatti Veyron rather than a Renault RS. Goodness me, and he's off track completely. Goodness me. Goodness me. And Alan Kay's into the pit as well. He hasn't lost his rear wing. Goodness me. Crusher Pro though leading, 1.4 seconds. Dominating out in front at this stage. 2/10 off his personal best lap time at this stage. And no surprise to see on the race feed, by the way, that Andy is into the pit. You cannot drive around with a rear wing failure. I mean, come on. It's like running like old school F1 trying to drive around with a rear wing. Goodness me. With no rear wing, I should say. Not a rear wing. Both in the pits, they're both being lapped as well as Crusher Pro comes through to start lap 6. We are probably on for another 2 or 3 laps here. As the fastest lap, by the way, 1:19.8 from Crusher Pro. 1:19.8 from Crusher Pro, 21.4. This is the last time around that they came through the finish line. And Crusher Pro clearly quick by 1.6 seconds as he spins the car through turn 2, through turn 3. Oh, I don't believe that. Crusher Pro spins it. Thank God it's pre-season and it's not the real thing. That's one hope he's going to be having. He's lost he's lost the win here. And I think he might have just gifted McKinley for you the win. McKinley for you will probably say thank you very much for that. That is a shame. Andy's still in the pits, by the way, very much struggling. I think those rear wing changes are taking forever. You may as well just retire out the race, to be honest. He is back out on the track, and he is back out about 8 seconds off Alan Kay coming out of the pits. McKinley for you, just a little bit sketchy there at the corkscrew, just running over the curb slightly. We're going to get another 2 laps in, I do believe, of this race here in Laguna Seca, the first of 5 sprint races here for TTTV in pre-season testing on the test races. And currently McKinley for you leading the way, 2.5 seconds that gap is extending out. Siege in second, Crusher Pro in third. I don't think he's got a chance of winning this now, to be honest, which is a shame. I'm just going to respond to a message, by the way. I will back in a minute. From McKinley for you leading the way, 2.7 seconds, just getting a little bit of a back end squirm there with 50 seconds to go on this endurance race. I do not want to quit the session. Goodness me, if I was quitting the session, then I may as well quit life as well. from McKinnon for you. He still leads the way. It's 3 seconds the gap, but watch out for Crushbro because he is getting closer. 5.5 seconds off Siege at this stage. He is getting closer. In fact, he's 5.5 seconds off the lead, I would say. And he is getting closer. Can he win this? Can he still win this? McKinnon for you. Maybe just slowing up out in front. 25 seconds to go. We've got to go on. We're all going to have to go on to the final lap here. So McKinnon for you now comes through the final couple of corners and he's on the run down. Start finish straight. Start this final lap. This first 10-minute sprint race here in TT Project Cars. And McKinnon for you going strong out in front. But the real story was that spin for Crusher Bro, the defending champ, in 3rd place. There he is in the back of shot. He is getting closer to Siege. I think he'll probably get Siege on this lap. I don't think he'll get any closer to that, to be honest. But McKinnon for you going strong, 2.6 seconds out in front. And in fact, Crusher Bro was at a spin, so I've just cursed him completely. That was on the exit of turn 2, where he spun the car. So Crusher Bro struggling. Having a tendency to struggle. Are we seeing the birth of a new champion here in McKinnon for you? He's kept it clean, so was Siege as well for second. Fantastic stuff. McKinnon for you then through the corkscrew for the final time. I've just seen one of the funniest tweets I think I've ever seen. I'm not going to say it for reasons beyond the stream. We have had Alan Kay and Andy come across the line, by the way, in 5th and 6th, I do believe. So we are only waiting on the top 4 to finish. So McKinnon for you has dominated. Siege has lost time. He must have spun somewhere out on track. McKinnon for you will take this first sprint race. Doesn't mean anything to him, but McKinnon for you takes the win here in Laguna Seca, and the time is now on for the rest to complete. There is Siege coming across the line in 2nd, Crusher Bro in 3rd, and look at the spin. That cost him. That really cost him, that spin. Same with Siege. May's about to come across the line in 4th, and I think we're going to have first action over and done with here tonight. If he comes across the line, we should have the rest completed because they've all been lapped. In fact, we don't. Alan Kay around the final corner, about to come across the line now in 5th. And we'll get Andy coming across the line in 6th as well. He is on the pad. He's been struggling, bless him. We'll have to forgive him tonight if he does absolutely poor. Andy coming across start finish line now to finish in 6th place. First of the 5 sprint races completed, and here is your rundown of the order. Finishing order: McKinnon for you winning, Siege in 2nd, Crush Bro 3rd, Maze in 4th, Alan Kay in 5th, and Andy in 6th place. And I do believe I can just stay within the lobby, so I'm gonna stay for a couple of minutes anyways. I'm not sure if the new lobby does have to be set up. I don't think it does, because we are now returning either to the main menu or to the lobby screen. Having a look at the comment section, quite a few drivers actually commenting here. Crusher Bro coming in with, why hello there, I am watching Corkscrew. Yeah, Corkscrew, terrible corner. One of the worst corners that's probably ever on a calendar. Crash was my fault, hit the pit wall, suspension ruined, says Andy. That's why we saw him with no rear wing as well, which is the same. Good evening, by the way, to Field Daly, who has joined in the session. And of course, we have got Silverstone coming up next. So Silverstone coming up next, change of cars, Formula Reynolds. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Fantastic. Brilliant stuff. I love the Formula Reynolds on this game, I really do. They are absolutely fantastic to see. It's really great, and I know Silverstone as well, so it's a win-win for everyone. Me gonna go play safety car, says McKinnon for you. Sorry for a couple of touches there, Crusher, and he apologises to him in the comment section there. Yeah, we just wait for the next race to begin, the sprint race here at Silverstone. Of course, if you are new to TTTV, then why don't you give us a like, comment and subscribe while you're there. Come and follow me on Twitter as well. At B52Head is my Twitter name. If you're already following me, then thank you. Thank you very much. We are beginning already in Silverstone. This is the Grand Prix layout, so I have recently commentated on this track in TTFL last night in one of the most ridiculous races I think I've ever seen. Brilliant race, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I've never seen two safety cars and a VSE come out at Silverstone before, and I don't think I've ever seen the safety car come out before on F1 2019, so it was quite strange indeed. And just to update everyone on that, Sinclair did take the win. Siege was second, Lyronics put down to third after the results for TTFL. I got notified of that in the chat this morning when I checked my... But as I say, Formula Renault is about to begin here. 7 drivers out on track. We see Theo Daly out on top, and we've got reverse grids in order as well, with McKinder for You starting in... We haven't got reverse grids. We've got Crusher Bro out in front. Sorry, Crusher Bro was in first. Alright, let me have a look then at the TTFL. I just want to update you on this. Yeah, Sinclair, Siege and Lyronics were your top 3 last night, so just want to be improved on that. Chat warnings have been given to Kiki and Jeffrey as well for messaging while the session was in progress. And 5-second time penalty for PNG to be carried for his next race due to his DNF. I will update that at the beginning of next week's stream if I am commentating on TTFL as well. In the meantime, second race about to begin here at Silverstone. Lights out and away we go, and Crusher Bro gets a fantastic start. Terrible camera angle to go off the grid, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. Somebody's just sent the balls flying. Formula Renaults go through turn 1 and 2, and it is Crusher Bro who's already out in front. And you can probably see where this is going to go here in the Formula Renaults. Oh, and he's just pulled off to the side. So Crusher Bro pulls off to the side, lets everyone through. He doesn't want to make it easy for everyone. He's going to make it easy for everyone else. Everyone else is through. Of course, you do have to pedal the throttle on these Formula Renaults, but they are quick cars down the straight, and we see them down the Wellington straight now with 160 mile an hour, 165 in the braking zone for Mays. Oh, McKinder for You's gone straight into the back of him. That's what happens if you don't brake, and that's what McKinder for You has found out. He's got no front wing. He will try and continue on, but I think a trip to the pits is necessary there. Theo Daly, by the way, was the one that sent the polystyrene boards flying off the beginning of the start. Come through Cops for the first time. And Mace leads the way from Andy in second, McKinder for You in third, Alan Kay in fourth, Crusher Bro and Theo Daly running wide at Cops there, and then Siege at the back. 9/10 separating Mays and Andy out in front. McKinder for You looking to go 2 out of 2 even pre-season. As Mays just decides, you know what, I'll try and cut the corner at Beckett. There's been a bit of a crash in the background as well. That's Siege and Theo Daly possibly. Panasonic livery, reminding me of the old Toyota days, Andy. And he's into P1, so Andy leading the way in the Formula Renaults, but a trip to the pits might be likely. He's got no front wing on that car. Doing well. McKinder for You now battling with Crusher Bro, and Crusher Bro in fact trying to get past him. This is for third place, and Crusher Bro handling the cars really well. Gets him done down the inside of the on lap 8, on turn 18, on lap 1. Gets him done, he's up to third. Listen to the end of that, and he runs a mile wide at turn 1 and 2. He's gone even wider at turn 2. Goodness me, he is off to the Buckinghamshire border. Goodness me. Andy. Oh. Crusher Bro up to second. Oh, there's contact. He nearly flips the car. There's contact. Oh, and there's a front wing change. Oh, dear. Oh, no, there is contact going on. This is what you get in the Formula Renaults. They're just so unpredictable. This is what you get in the Formula Renaults. Can we make a championship out of this? I hope so. But Andy out in front as he comes through Luffield for the second time. 1 minute 59.6. That was, of course, off a standing start. We should be seeing 152s, 153s, I would think, from some of these guys out on track. Maybe even a rare 140 as well. But Andy leading the way at 2.5 seconds. McKinder for You trying to frustrate him. Both of them without front wings. In fact, the top 3 are without front wings. As Crusher Bro goes down the inside on Alan Kay, and that's at Cops and gets moved on. Alan Kay just getting caught out on the curb. Flag waving now on the left-hand side of the screen. Look at the camera angle through Maggots and Beckett. That was brilliant through Maggots and Beckett. Why can't we have that in Formula 1? The Crusher Bro all over the back of Mays at this stage. We should see an overtake done very shortly. I'm going to take you on board, in fact, with him when I can. when I can work out. Oh, and oh no! That's why we don't go on board with people. We saw that from our angle. Goodness me. Right, there is Crusher Pro. He's now lost, I think, his front wing as well. Can't control the car with the front wing. Let's go on board with Andy. And let me shut you up. And let me shut up for a couple of seconds while you hear the engine noise through turn 1. Right on the throttle there. 147 under the braking zone for Andy. Currently leads the way. He might be on a pad, but he is outpacing everyone out on track so far. Trackside cam is returned. Maze and Crusher Bro go side by side. Return 3 through into Aintree now at the village section. And running down to the Hanger Straight. Not the Hanger Straight, the Wellington Straight. I should know these corners by now. Commentated on last night. But Crusher Bro is through up to 3rd place. Siege has lost his front wing as well. Struggling to control that car slightly. Alan Kay is on the back of him. But in front it's Andy who leads. McKinder for you in 2nd. Crusher Bro 3rd. He will begin to get closer, but obviously front wings will make a difference, I think, on this track. The Formula Renaults, obviously, though, handling quite well. You can run without a front wing on these cars. I've done that before plenty of times. Will Cole saying, love the sound, takes me back to the old F1 cars. It does. I think the Formula Renaults carry a V8 engine under their bonnets, and they can reach in excess of around 180 mile an hour, I do believe. I'll have a look at the statistics later on, but yeah, the Formula Renaults can reach a big speed. And looking at Andy, I think the old vibes of the F1, I think ring true, because that looks similar to what Panasonic Toyota used to run back in the mid-2000s in Formula 1. Not the red and blue, not the red and white livery that you associated with them back in the past, but blue and white, it's a similar sort of theme going on there. He sets a new personal best. We are more than halfway through, by the way. Andy leads, McKinder for you 2nd, Crusher Bro in 3rd, and it is Maze in 4th, with Alan Kay in 5th, Siege in 6th, all of the back of Alan Kay in fact coming through turn 1. Siege with a front wing, without a front wing, trying to go for the move on Alan Kay with the front wing, and even with the front wing, Alan Kay goes off track, and he lets him through, and he struggles a little bit, and Siege is through, he's up to P5. And I see a lot of going off track here tonight. It's pre-season, I'm trying to deliver you the best possible commentary without trying to laugh as much as possible at people going around without a front wing on their car. It could be worse, you could be running around with 3 wheels on your car, like I experienced this season in Gavra Racing, in a commentary in Willow Springs, I think it was. And that was in the Clio Cup, so completely different cars to all we're seeing here as they approach Brackets and Beckett's on lap 4. Very long lap here around Silverstone. You are used to doing very high 120s in F1 2019. This is a real difference. About 18 seconds, 19 seconds difference in the personal best lap of Andy compared to the laps on F1. Crusher Bro in the meantime has got closer to McKinder for you. This could prove interesting. I think we're going to get another 2 laps out of this race. So it is Andy who leads the way. McKinder for you 2nd, Crusher Bro in 3rd. I just thought I'd mention Theo Daly, by the way. He's came into the lobby to the first race. He is down there, 42 seconds off the pace. But he's still going around out on track, and we do love a trier here in TTTV. Fantastic to see him going around, but we should see an overtake here. Crusher Bro down the inside at turn 1. Look at that. Easy. Easy move, and McKinder for you just sort of didn't turn in there, to be honest. 2 laps to go. Andy leading, 2.3 seconds. Can he hold on? Is the main question. Can he hold on? I think he probably can't, given Crusher Bro's pace, and Crusher Bro looking very, very good indeed. I've got to say so myself. I think he's looking fantastically well, and in fact already getting 5/10 per second clear outpace. I mean, he was 4 seconds quicker last time around than Andy on his that was his personal best lap, in fact. And just ignore me, by the way, when I said 148 could be possible. We've got 143 there from Crusher Bro, so really strong stuff there shown by the Norwegian current Project Cars 2 champ, of course, coming into Season 3, which will start next week, and you have got me in the commentary box next week as well. I will be hot from League of Europe every week to commentate on Project Cars, but the timings work out absolutely perfect for me on a Saturday night, so I'm going to be doing a double commentary for you. A double commentary for you for TTG, on behalf of TTG, coming forward next week. But Crusher Bro about to take the lead here on Andy through the final corner at Club, gets the move done. Andy runs wide and Crusher Bro is into P1. Is he going to spin it like he did in Laguna Seca? We'll have to find out. But clear out pace, just so much grip, so much traction on the corners for Crusher Bro compared to Andy, who is just outbraking himself slightly. I think he'll get used to the pad by the time the 5th sprint race comes around. I'm not sure what is up next. Your guess is as good as mine, because I don't know a single thing what's happening here tonight, apart from we have got 5 10-minute races here in TTTV for TTTV, TTG Project Cars. But looking good at the minute for Crush Bro. Andy second, McKinley for you third, Mason fourth, and then it's Siege, Alan K, and then Theo Daly's going around with that front wing there. 2 cops for the final time. This is the final lap of the race, as I say, and looking good at this moment in time for Crusher Bro. And he has slowed up, in fact. Crusher Bro's slowing up. I'm not sure if he's starting to comment or pause there slightly. Crusher Bro just giving Andy a little bit of a chance here. But a chance, I think, is afraid. I'm afraid is gone because he's pulling away even further now is Crusher Bro. But running down through Stowe for the final time. Crusher Bro will win here. If he doesn't let Andy through, he will win here. And the defending champ will score his first success of the evening. How many more will come? Goodness knows. Crusher Bro then across the line. He is about to win here in Silverstone, and he takes the checkered flag to win. Andy across the line in second. McKinley through the final corner in third. Good performance from him. Keep going because the line is different here, and he spins across the line. Nicely, the car recovers itself. Mays across the line in fourth. Start-finish line is different here to what we experienced, of course, in F1 2019. It's a longer start-finish straight. Siege across the line in fifth. Alan K across the line in sixth. There is Theo Daly going around right at the back of the field, but he is going strong. And he's still in seventh. Ever the trier. And we do love a trier, as I say, in TTTV. In TTG. Nürburgring and the RSL1 GT3's next. I need my wheel back out, says Andy. I think you need to find more pace in and try and outdo Crusher Bro. I think that is what we need to find there, to be honest. Pad or no pad, I've got to be honest there. But Theo Daly now through the final corners at Club. Well, come across the line any second now. We should go on to round 3 very soon. Sprint race 3, which will be, as I've just said, in the Nürburgring. The Renault RSL 3. Just me, that is not a failure, that is a garage. Crush Bro takes the win. Andy second, McKinley for you third, Mason fourth, Siege in fifth, Alan Kay in sixth, Theo Daly rounding off in 7th place. So there we go. On to the Nürburgring GP track next. And what a track it is, Nürburgring GP. Love the track, really nice to drive. Renault RSL1 GT3s, I've tried it around there before. Very nice cars to drive as well. So it'll be very interesting to see. This is a horror for me. Pad and FR and Formula 3.5s. No go for me, says McKinley for you. Hopefully the Renault RSs are more to your liking. Not raced pad in a year, it's very strange, says Andy. I've never had a wheel, by the way. I will come out and say that now. I've never had a wheel. And I never intend to get one either, because I think the pad is better for my uses. Especially in terms of commentary, it is much better. I don't want to be fiddling around with blooming clutches and whatever you have on a wheel setup. Goodness me. Yeah, but Of course, if anybody is watching and does want to get involved in this, give TT_P cars a message on Twitter, or give Andy a message in the meantime as well. That'd be fantastic. And to the TTG guys, I just want to do a bit of a return favour, because Gavra Racing have just opened up their sign-ups for Project Cars 2. If you do want to get involved in that, there is a Discord link. I will put you in touch with the owner, the organiser and owner of the league, Gavranovic. And if you're interested in racing in that, then you can race in that. Sadly, I don't think you'll be getting commentated over by me, because I am, I think I'm on GT1 duty this season and not Gavra Academy, I've been told by Gavra himself. So that'll be interesting. But if anybody is interested in that, have a look up Gavra Racing. Very good, well-run league, just like TTG. Massive, massive league. It's an Italian racing league. Get signed up, and get signed up to TTG while you're at it if you're new as well. Doing a bit of a double duty there with my promotions. Maybe I should become one of them salesmen doing a pitch. Goodness me. We all better get going here for the Nürburgring GP. Would pay to see you commentate while on a wheel. That's never going to happen. Never going to happen. That will never happen, and I'm not intending to get one for Christmas or birthday either, which will come at the end of November and December. We are about to get going here for the Nürburgring. And it is lights down, away we go. Alan Kay, slow start, relatively slow start, gets swamped off the start by McKinnon for you and by Siege. And McKinnon for you will have the run down to turn 1, I think. Crusher Bro, is that Crusher Bro already up into the lead? Goodness me. Crusher Bro, start from the back, it's already into the lead, everyone running wide into turn 1. There's no contact, however, through turn 1, and McKinnon for you leads in the GT3s. In the way from Crusher Bro in second, with, is that Mays in third? No, it's Alan Kay in third, Siege in fourth, Mays in fifth. Theo Daly trying to go around the outside of him, Mays on the inner line, and Andy right at the back, hopefully on a wheel this time, and trying to go all the way around the outside of Theo Daly. Gonna be bold if he puts this off. Oh, it's contact, oh dear. Oh dear. Death has occurred at the Nürburgring. Andy has been, there's side-on-side contact, never going to work, and Andy into the wall, and has got side damage, but no rear wing missing, which is good to see. Crusher Bro trying to go around the outside of McKinnon for you, trying to get the car stopped there out in front, in fact. McKinnon for you coming under pressure from the Norwegian. And McKinnon for you leads them up the hill for the first time. Should be seeing around similar sort of lap times as we saw at Silverstone in the last race. And Crusher Bro going round the outside now. Bold move, and he pulls it off, I think. Crusher Bro on the inside line now, gets the move done. Crusher Bro out in front, but for how long is another thing. He could just let everyone through and try and come from the back, like he has been doing so far in these pre-season races. Crusher Bro leading, 3/10. McKinnon for you second, Alan Kay in third with Siege in fourth, Mason fifth, Theo Daly and taking Andy in seventh. Back on board with the leader, however. Crusher Bro beginning to pull that margin slightly. McKinnon for you, oh, there's been a spinner in the background. I think that might have been Andy cutting the corner or spinning in the background. Not sure if that was him, but something happened in the background anyways, which just caused a bit of alarm. It might have been actually Mays having a little bit of a half spin, but there we go. Crusher Bro through nicely. McKinnon for you in second, and then it is Alan Kay now in third as Siege has dropped down to fourth. Mays in fifth, Andy in sixth, and then Theo Daly at the back. All the field separated by 6 seconds at this stage. Looking good from a viewer's and a commentator's perspective. We are nearly halfway through the race here tonight, or the racing here tonight. Of course, 10-minute sprint races. Hopefully everyone enjoying the action so far. We are 3 minutes through here at Nürburgring, and it is Crusher Bro who leads the way from McKinnon for you, who has made a mistake, and he's spun, I think. He has. McKinnon for you was spun, and that opens up Alan Kay into second now. He's trying to get past McKinley as well. Fourth place. Mays in fifth, just running over the grass slightly. Andy in sixth. Field Daly in seventh. Not many changes really to the order apart from that spin from McKinley. He's down to third now, out on track. But out in front, Crusher Bro leading the way with Alan Kay in second, McKinley in third. As I say, McKinley going off track even further. Siege now trying to pressurise him, get into some sort of mistake, but Crusher Bro looking strong out in front. Looking good. Looking good out in front at this stage. Yeah, 6 minutes to go. Crusher Bro leads the way. It's 4.8 seconds. I will try and fill in with as much content as possible here. In terms of the action that will unfold out on track. It's almost like there's one race going on. There's a battle for the win, which is just Crusher Bro, and then there's a battle for the rest. The best of the rest. I think is the best way we can describe it here in the Nürburgring so far. We're nearly through halfway, as I say. Should be getting 5 laps, I think, out of this race. Possibly even 6 laps out of this race. Out on track. And of course, if you do want to sign up to this league, I will give you further details after this race on how to sign up if you are indeed new, or if you want to invest in Project Cars 2, invest in it, even though the handling system and the contact system is a bit, shite, let's just say. Yeah, it's still a game that's worth investing in. If you are new to league racing, it's definitely a game worth investing in. As are we going to see Andy down the inside on Mays. Mays down the inside, defending well. And he's trying to get past. Of course, these Renault RSs pack a punch with the speed that they can carry down the hill. And it should be around 140 mile an hour under the braking zone. 139, so shy of 140. Oh, and Alan Kay is off into the gravel. Just losing time slightly, and Mays is off in the gravel as well, I do believe there. And Andy is through, so Andy is up to P5, sorry. Alan Kay down to P4 after that mistake. But still, same old out in front. Crusher Bro running down the hill once again out in front. From McKinley in second. Siege running a quiet race in third. Got Alan Kay in behind as well. I do apologise, by the way, the wind is picking up here slightly. I have got my window open, so if you do hear a bit of a breeze coming through my mic, and that's probably why. Andy in fifth, Mays in sixth, Theo Daly in seventh at this stage. I'm going to go on board with Crusher Bro for a second, give a real indicator of how thingy is. Let's give you cockpit view. This is beautiful, actually. Never used cockpit view on this game. I'm reaching the speeds. Let's just hear the RPM down into turn 1, which is nearly 6,700 RPM down into the braking zone, and then up, jolting up to 7,000 RPM through into second gear, through third, through into turn 3 now. Crusher Bro looking strong. Very nice, as I say, this camera angle. I've got chase cam, roof cam, bonnet cam, bumper. That's the one I want on board. And let me just shut up for a minute. I'm just going to rest my voice for a second. Let you hear the beautiful engine of the RS01 GT3 as he runs down the hill and picks up a little bit of a slide there. Let's give you a bit of a sound test. Beautiful, beautiful sounding. Just running wide and sticking it into first gear briefly there, Crusher Bro. Go back to trackside cam. There is a battle going on for fourth, however. Alan Kay and Andy going on for fourth down into the hairpin. This is pretty much halfway through the track. We are nearly at that point where we are going to be reaching the final lap, in fact. Next lap around, I think, is going to be the final lap. 30 seconds from here. Yeah, it's unlikely we're going to get 2 laps out of this, so I think we're going to get another lap, certainly, out of this race. And Crusher Bro will make sure that does happen. And yeah, 2 minutes and 15 seconds up to the top of the hill here. Definitely think we're going to be getting another lap. So one more lap for the guys out on track. Crusher Bro through the final corner. We'll see what his lap time is as he comes across the line. Dominant from the get-go, comes across the line. Yeah, 158.8, so we are going to get one more lap out of this race. So this really is a lap to the flag for everyone in behind. Sage has lost a lot of time now to Bakinda for you, and Andy just running slightly wide there. He's passed Alan Kay though for 4th, so Andy is now up to 4th, Alan Kay down to 5th, Nathan 6th, Theo Daly in 7th. He's keeping up Theo Daly, and in fact he's lapping quicker than Mays. Lapping quicker than Mays. You don't often see that from Theo Daly, especially last season. You didn't really see that. So Theo Daly definitely improving in these cars. He'd be hoping that the Renault RSs do make a return, because he's been quite dominant. Or quite pacey in fact compared to Mays down there in 6th and 7th. Crusher Bull though, with a minute to go, leading the way, and as I say, this is going to be the fastest lap out on track. This is going to be the last lap out on track for the guys. Crusher Bull though, running up the hill for the final time. Here out on track. We are about to go for round 4 as well. The sprint race is just getting caught in the gravel there slightly, Crusher Pro. Just over racing the curb slightly. Of course, if you do overrun into the gravel or do pick up a failure like in F1 back in the day, I can't remember who it was, I think it was Lewis Hamilton in fact, in the McLaren, when he spun on the curb and then went crashing up into the barrier. Pretty sure that's what happened. I might be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But Crusher Bro 800's up in the personal best. Oh, he's over the corner completely, and that is why we are not getting the final lap. With 5 seconds to go, clock ticks down to 0, and Crusher Bro through the final corner is going to take the win here at the Nürburgring. He wins. And only a 32-second race complete time. Everyone's got to be quick to get round. McKinley for you, coming across the line in 2nd, playing second fiddle once again. Andy in 3rd, with Alan Kay in 4th. Siege has dropped down to 5th, so I'm not sure if he's got to spin somewhere out on track. He must have down that 2nd sector. Alan Kay will jump into 4th. Siege in 5th. Mays coming across the line in 2nd. Theo Daly will come across the line before the time runs out. Comes across the line to finish in 7th. Again, that's not my fault, that is just Pit Garage coming into play. Crusher Bro, though, is the winner here in pre-season round 3. McKinley for you, Andy, Alan Kay, Siege, Mays and Theo Daly, your 7 drivers that have completed that on track. Let me have a look at some of the comments through. I kept looking up into the chicane and the slower corners. Alpine Le Mans cars at Fuji next, and finish at Monaco and the Megane touring car. The Megane touring car, yes please. The Alpines I've never commentated on before, so yeah, we'll see how that one goes. See how that one goes. All new to me, as I say, but oh, we're looking good at this stage. We are looking good at this stage. 2 more races to go, and we'll be gearing up for... We should be going until about 9:45, I do believe, on this stream. Just having a look at some of the news coming out of League of Europe, by the way. If you are one of those League of Europe viewers and didn't see what happened, go back and watch the race, because it was one of the best races I think I've seen in a long time. Action going on up and down the field was fantastic to see. And plenty of people coming out and saying that the race was brilliant. My commentary was brilliant as well, which is much appreciated. But yeah, come and watch League of Europe on a Saturday, 6:45. Yours truly is commentating. Why would you not want to come and see me commentating on a bunch of absolute brilliant drivers? Not saying that there's brilliant drivers here, of course, but the quality of the racing is absolutely phenomenal in League of Europe, and I can't recommend the league highly enough. So come and watch it next week. If you have an hour and a half spare from 6:45, come and watch the stream, because seriously, the racing week on week is improving massively. What on earth are these? What on earth are these? It looks like somebody's just put a set of go-karts on the track. Goodness me, it's like Mario Kart, this. Oh dear, this is going to be fun. And he's going to start off in pole. And Alan Kay, Crusher Pro, Field, Danny McKinnon, Hughes, Siege and Maze. About to go green here in Fuji. And it is. Lights down, away we go in the electric cars. And Andy come. The pack a punch off the start, mind. I haven't commentated on these before, so I don't know what to expect as they come down into turn 1. Oh, there's already been a crash in behind. There's already been a crash. It is 3 being skittled out. Crusher Pro, I think, running wide more than anything else. McKinnon for you and Siege, I think, getting caught in a bit of contact. But Fuji Speedway, and Andy leads the way from Alan Kay in 2nd, Theo Daly 3rd, Mays in 4th, McKinnon for you 5th, Crusher Pro down to 6th, and Siege down in 7th place. And in fact, I'm in the same livery, I do believe. Crusher Pro and Siege. Crusher Pro's up to 5th and gone past McKinnon for you. Of course, no championship, no bragging rights or anything here tonight. It's just pure pre-season action here in TTTV and TTG Project Cars indeed. But Andy, 2 seconds up as I come through the chicane. Now, obviously, I've been used to GT Sport and not going through the chicane, and I drive like that. I drive that track quite often in GT Sport, but it's a bit of a change seeing the chicane, if I've got to be honest, here. But Andy out in front, got a battle going on for 4th, and that is McKinnon for you trying to go up the inside of Mays there, and he's got the move done. McKinnon for you's up to 4th, Crusher Pro is down at the back, sorry, Theo Daly's down at the back, Crusher Pro's already into 3rd, and Mays just losing a little bit of time there, and a bit of a moment, and the half spin at the end of lap 1. In what I can only describe are very strange looking cars. Andy leads, 2.7 seconds. Lovely track, mind, Fuji Speedway. Andy down into turn 1. Leading the way. Is this the time where we will win a race? Is this the time where we will win a race in pre-season? This could be the one. Yeah. These are winning Le Mans cars. Yeah, I don't really like to keep up with Le Mans, to be honest. I just watch it. Oh, Andy's gone off. Andy's gone off wide. Goodness me. Do you know what? In fact, these cars are like smaller versions of like the Boeing Dreamliners that you normally have at British Airways. 787s. The Dreamliners with the one engine in the middle. The prop planes that you used to have back in the 70s with the one engine. And then they had to rechange it because of the thingy. Anyways, that's just my aviation side coming out in my on my side there. But Andy leads the way still. Crusher Pro getting closer. Oh, I was saying he was getting closer, but he's just run wide. And he takes the cone with him. What has the cone done to deserve that? Goodness me. Siege in 3rd, McKinnon for you in 4th, Alan Kay in 5th. Theo Daly in 6th, Mays in 7th. Not really many changes to the order currently at this stage. Andy leading the way, 148.3. I think we should get 6 laps out of this race. I'm fairly confident we'll get 6 laps out of this. Could be wrong. So come across the line to start lap 3. And Andy leads the way, coming across the line. I really can't get used to these cars. The way they look, it's just, I don't know, something you see out of a sci-fi movie. I'm not complaining at all. Alpine making good cars, obviously, but I'm not complaining. I've never commented on these before, so that is probably why I'm looking at these, thinking, well, these are just strange. Yeah. Anyways, my opinions are coming out a lot tonight. We should really focus on the drivers out on track. Andy, personal best 2 seconds up. Crusher Pro's 2.7 seconds off the pace at the minute, off the leader. So we approach the halfway stage here. As we approach the halfway stage here at Fuji Speedway. And Crusher Pro leads, as I say, 140 lap times. So 140 lap times, yeah, we should see 6 laps, certainly I would think, out of this race. Which would be fantastic stuff if we do. 2 seconds of the gap. And it is Andy who leads. Crusher Pro 2nd, McKinnon for you in 3rd. And it's Siege, Alan Kay, Mays and Theo Daly, who's dropped now down to the back of the field. And Andy leading the way. again, not really much I can really try and commentate on, to be honest, in this race, because everyone's just spread out a little bit. We are going to have a battle for the lead, however, though, in the meantime. Crusher Bro closing in on Andy. Oh, where's Andy going? What the... That was a clear, intense sign of Andy saying, I'm not having my eyes on the screen, I just go off into the grass. I think that's more than so there from Andy. Goodness me. Maybe his kid's giving him some bother, or his wife's giving him some bother there. But Andy, goodness me, keep it on the track. You know that within the white lines? Yeah, keep it within the white lines. Goodness me, he nearly gave me a heart attack there, going off track. But Crusher Bro all over the back of him, 2.5 tenths off. Ooh. Goes for a bit of a slide on the grass and nearly into the back of Andy, locks up under the brakes. Looking a few 4 seconds off, well 4.5 seconds off, as Crusher Bro is going to get the run around the outside here, and Andy just separating there side by side. Deeper line works, and Andy knows it. He knows it. Deeper line takes. Lovely driver there in the cockpit. Of course, glass over the windscreen. He's obviously not running any halos or anything like that. As we see, as Crusher Bro drives it down the inside. Andy aware. Bit of a late one there from Crusher Bro, but he gets the move done. He's up to P1. And he tries to return the favour there and runs massively wide. Crusher Bro leading the way. Andy in second. McKinnon for you in third. With Siege in fourth. Alan K is fifth. There's Mason sixth and taking an excursion up the track. Goodness me. Gets the car geared back up from neutral. And Theo Daly down in seventh, and Mace has gone for a spin. Mace goes for a spin and retires from the race. He, I don't think, can get used to these cars at all. If I was in the same position, I probably wouldn't be getting much further in these cars either. I probably would have crashed out of turn one, to be honest, if I started driving. But Crusher Bro leading out on track. 3 times up through the first sector, so looking good at this stage from Norwegian. Andy in second, 2.5 seconds off. McKinnon for you in third, Siege in fourth, Alan K fifth, and Theo Daly now sixth after the retirement of Mays. But we will get a few more comments coming through about how the pre-season testing has gone. Pre-season testing, I think, has been very strong. I've seen some strong performances from Crusher Bro, from Andy, from McKinnon for you especially. Not to leave everyone out, of course, only 7 drivers, which is a bit disappointing, but if you do want to come and join in, please do. Please do. I mean, you're going to be spending an hour on a Saturday night. You could be going out onto the town, getting yourself drunk, but instead, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And why wouldn't you come and race here? Better go on to the final lap, by the way. Crusher Bro at the final corner. As I said, we're going to get 7 laps out of this race nicely. The Crusher Bro is about to come across the line to start the final lap here at Fuji. 6 seconds of gap, and that gap ever increasing. Andy in second, McKinnon for you in third. 1.2 seconds quicker that last lap around. The Crusher Bro leading the way at this stage. And I would just like to point out that my voice is still hanging on in there. My voice is still hanging on in there. I have done, this is my second commentary, this is my final commentary of the night, luckily, which I think is something I'm quite glad about, because I can go and rest up after this, after these races. But fantastic racing so far from stuff that's been happening now and out on track. Crusher Bro, of course, dominating and looking very likely that it is going to run very nicely. I'm just having a look through Twitter, and there is flooding about an hour away from where I live, so that's a bit strange. Crusher Bro drifting it through nicely. Faster sector 1, faster sector 2 from Crusher Bro. 22.1 and 37.1 through the middle sector as well. Good to see that the information is coming up down on the bottom right hand side in the race speed, which is good to see. But coming around the final corner now, as I say, this is the final lap here in Fuji. We've got Monaco to come up. God almighty, God help us there. Crusher Bro, God help him going onto the grass, not paying attention there. And Crusher Bro is going to come across the line to win here in Fuji. He comes across the line and wins. Now, there we go. Start finish line. Bit different to the one on GT Sport once again. Andy about to come across the line in second. He's going to take a stylish, what would be 18 points. McKinley in third, with Siege in fourth. Alan Kay is about to come around the final corner now. He's going to be finishing in fifth. There is Siege about to come across the line. He does in fourth. Alan Kay about to come across the line fifth. And Theo Daly still continuing on. He's there in the, just coming through the end of the middle sector. Into the final sector now. He should be getting home sometime before Christmas here. Alan Kay, oh, he's very happy with that. Sadly, the AI fixes his car before he decides to crash into the wall. And Theo Daly about to come across the line. Oh, coming around the final corner to finish in sixth place. Let's have a look at the comment section. There's plenty flooding through, probably from the drivers that are out on the track. Mason don't like those cars, I could tell. Andy saying it moves to the left more than a Conservative politician. Goodness me, it's probably the best one I've heard. I was doing 250 and the car kept moving like I was losing traction, says Crusher Bro. Crusher Bro though wins here in Fuji. Andy second, McKinley for you, Siege, Alan Kay, Theo and Mays 6th and 7th. Respectively. I had no problems with that on the stretch as McKinley for you. Through the corners, I think it's a bit shocking. You're going to love the Renault Megans, though, coming up, the touring cars coming up. Because I absolutely adore these cars. It's these and the Formula Renaults that I adore the most on this game. It is fantastic stuff to see. I've got one more race left. 10 minutes worth. It's Monaco. It's touring cars. What's not to like? What is not to like? Of course, known as the Azure circuit on here, and it is on the Côte d'Azur. That is why the track has got the name of being on the Azure course. It is part of the French Riviera, I do believe, as well, Monaco. Really nice part of France, down in southern France, of course, if you aren't familiar with your geography. But yeah, there we go. I'm about to get started straight away. So we should be finishing around 15 minutes time, roughly. Oh, final race left, and it's the Azure circuit here in Monaco. And we're about to get going here in France. At the Azure circuit, as I say. Let me have a look on board with your comment section. We did briefly touch 10 viewers there. I don't know who tuned in thinking, oh, there's F1 on. Oh, no, it's Project Cars. I hate to disappoint you guys. I really do. Front wheel drive, couple 100 horsepower in Monaco. Oh boy. Could be worse. You could be driving an F1 car around there. And trust me, F1 2019, it's hard in Monaco. Everyone spawns in. Should be getting started very shortly indeed. Alan Kay to start off on pole, Crusher Bro second, Mays in third, Siege in fourth, Andy in fifth, McKinley for you sixth and Theo in seventh. That is how the order runs early on. Better get going here, as I say. For the final race of the evening. Hopefully you have been enjoying the action, you have been enjoying my rather fun commentary. It is lights out and away we go here at the Azure circuit. Great start by Crusher Bro. We've already got the measure of Alan Kay down into turn 1 at Saint-Devote. Oh, and he's straight in the wall. Crusher Bro in the wall. Oh, and McKinley for using the wall as well. Caused a bit of a concertina. Crusher Bro, there he is. He's reversing out. Run off the run area at Saint-Devote. Goodness me. Coming through Casino Square for the first time. Alan Kay doing the wall widening tactic. You can't do it on F1 because you'll get an invalidated lap. Alan Kay trying out the wall widening tactic there as they run down towards the hairpin. The Grand Hotel hairpin, as it's known as. Was that a crash in the background there for Andy just going into the wall? Side by side down to the hairpin. Goodness me, I wouldn't like the goals up. I sat down the hairpin. That was between Siege and McKinder for you. Siege and McKinder for you going through that. Through Portier. And on the run down towards the chicane. Alan Kay leading from Mays in second. It's a TTG 1-2 with Andy and third, McKinder for you fourth. Theo Daly, Crusher Ball and Siege, who's just coming through the tunnel now. Very much struggling in the round. Cleo's early. Can Alan Kay win this race? Of course, Monaco does favour those cars that do favour drivers that do start on Paul, and Alan Kay just losing the back end slightly. Whoa, that's me. Coming through the swimming pool section and then through onto Raskas. May's just cutting the corner slightly then, losing time as a result. But Alan Kay will lead at the end of lap 1 here. Should be going for around 1 minute 30 laps on, and Andy's got caught on the inside of Raskas. Andy gets caught on the inside of Raskas, he reverses out and he reverses straight into the way. He reverses straight into the way. Oh, and there's been a massive crash. Theo Daly somehow has got through that unscathed. Siege, that's the one that is Siege is the one. That's the unlucky one in that. Goodness me. But Alan Kay out in front at this stage at the Issuer Circuit. My God. Spinning on the inside. He spins on the inside at Raskas. Taking a much deeper line there was Andy through there. But Alan Kay reaching the end of sector 1, as I say. Looking good. 5.2 seconds the gap. 5.2 seconds is best personal delta at this stage. Alan Kay in behind in second. McKinder for you now third as a result. Pusher Bro now fourth. Theo Daly's in fifth. Andy in second. Siege in seventh after that contact. Siege obviously had another spin somewhere else because he's dropped miles off Andy. He's 13 seconds behind him out on track. Battle for third though. Pusher Bro and McKinder for you. They come through the tunnel section. Now on the run down to the chicane. Getting very close to the wall once again. And Crusher Bro trying to go around the outside of the chicane. He'll have the inside line. Can he get the brakes done? No, he can't. And McKinder for you gets caught on the inside as well. Got caught on the inside of the curve. The inside of the wall. And McKinder for you, as a result, has to slow down. He doesn't want to be picking up a second penalty like he did earlier on. They're still going out. Crusher Bro's through. Crusher Bro is through. McKinder for you back down to fourth. Good move there actually by Crusher Bro. McKinder for you just struggling in these McGanns. Alan Kalo leading the way. Is this his time to shine? He'd be wanting to go for the McGanns every single week, I think, at this rate. 1.7 seconds out in front. I think if you are tuning in to TTTV and haven't watched Project Cars 2 before, you will expect that Alan Kay, this is probably his first and possibly last time he'll ever be leading the race. I would imagine in Project Cars 2, certainly in Season 3 I would think as well. Because he's doing well out in front though, you can't really hit home about that. He's doing brilliantly out in front, he's getting that gap out nicely, 1.2 seconds, he was quicker than the driver behind, who is Mays of course in behind in second, doing well, trying to catch him, but Alan Kay holding firm. McKinder for you third, Andy fourth, Siege in fifth, Theo Daly sixth, and Crusher Bro has had... Oh, what's on earth has happened there with Crusher Bro? Don't know what's happened there, but the Norwegian not going to be winning this one. So we are going to be getting a different winner here, and I think it's looking likely we're going to get Alan Kay on the top step of the podium for first time in Project Cars 2. Or certainly that I've commented on anyways. Two races going on, as I say. Alan Kay leading the lead battle. Mays in second, McKinder for you in third. And then Andy downwards is separated by 6 seconds. And they're roughly 24 seconds off the pace as well. So they're not going to be winning things unless Alan Kay gets caught on the inside of the wall and totally is destroyed by the race. But you never know. You never know indeed. But if I begin to struggle, Alan Kay leads on to lap 4. I think we should get 6 laps out of this race for anyone that is keeping tabs on things. We should get 6 laps out of this race quite comfortably indeed. Alan Kay leading the way from Mays in second. McKinder for you though was getting closer, 43.8 last time around compared to 45.7 and a 46 flat. and that's obviously from the two drivers ahead. The two drivers ahead, of course, are Alan Kay and Maze, and he is getting closer, as I say. There is a lot of rain beginning to develop in my area, so I do apologise if you do hear any of it. There is no thunder or lightning associated with it, luckily. And we've had no power outage like it was last night in some parts of the country as well, which I think we're forever grateful for. And McKinley for you, trying to get me, it's gaining on these two. Don't put it past him, he could still win this, but I'm feeling likely it's going to be an Alan Kay victory here. 1.5 seconds, keeping that gap nice. 1.8, he's gained out that gap slightly. As the Irishman leads. Maze in second, just beginning to struggle possibly slightly now. 1.8 seconds off. McKinley for you in third. And with 3 minutes to go, we are going to be seeing 2 more laps after this one. There will be 2 more laps in the Rana McGann touring cars here at the Ajua circuit. Of course, come to you as me as Monte Carlo. Alan Kay comes across the line, start lap 5. And personal best last time around, 44.7, nearly into the wall at Sandoval. Whoa, very, very close. Very, very close indeed. Mays getting closer to him now, second off as they run up the hill. Andy has picked up a penalty for not slowing down. That must be a second penalty he's been given there, or for a corner cut possibly. He has got damage, so we can forgive him for that. But McIntyre getting closer. The track obviously does favour those drivers that start out in front. Alan Kay has been out in front from the get-go. Crusher running down the escape road was the start of the end of his race really here at the Ajua circuit. And Alan Kay doing a sterling job. Lead the way as we just see a little bit of contact there with the wall coming up towards Portier. That was from McKinley for you in third. He's a second off Maze now at this stage. Looking good, as I say, but Alan Kay dominating out in front. It's not a term I use lightly. Alan Kay dominating out in front. You're never going to hear those words ever again, I don't think, in Project Cars 2 for me, especially as the first race is next week. But Alan Kay is out in front, doing a great job out on track at this stage. Or just for a sign of a mistake there. Maybe just cutting the corner slightly. McKinley for you in third. Alan Kay coming under pressure now. He doesn't want to let that pressure get to him. He's got to try and find a little bit of time now and a little bit of a buffer towards the end of this race. As we start the final lap here at the Ajua circuit, to you and me it's Monte Carlo, and with that corner cut, Maze has picked up a penalty, and McKinley for you has got a much better run out of turn 1, running up the hill. He's on the outside line, he's got the speed, and McKinley for you I think might go through here. McKinley for you all the way around the outside Casino Square. Good move, he's into the wall though. Rear collides with the wall. Oh, that's going to get very close between him and Maze. McKinley defends it well. He's defending the inside line well, and he gets the move done. Does he? And Maze is into the wall. Maze is into the wall. Total outbreak there from Maze. That was a shame. It didn't even make the interval timing just jump to a minute behind. Goodness me, that's how severe that crash was. Luckily we're not getting the Pascal Verline. There is somebody front wing that is completely blown off. I'll run down the field and see who it is, and I think it could be the remains of Andy's bonnet, possibly. Or Siege, or Theo Daly, I think, as well. Or Crusher Bro. I think it'll be between Andy and Siege with the damage. Still, McKinley for you, closing in on Alan Kay. Time is up. Oh, Alan Kay hits the wall for the first time. He's led the race. Come on, we've got to let him win. This will be so unfair. It's win to be taken away, possibly, at the line of the death, and it is McKinley for you. Gets the exit out nicely, and McKinley for you goes into the lead. He's into the wall at Muscat. Alan Kay's back up the inside. Down into the final corner. Oh, that is terrible. That is terrible. Alan Kay has pushed McKinley for you into the wall. The stewards will need to have a look at that, but it's Alan Kay that wins. My God. McKinnon for you in second, as Mays has got that penalty. I'm going to wait a long time for the likes of Mays. Siege to come home in fifth, Theo Denny and Crusher brought down in seventh down a front wing, completely blowing up there for Andy, the Scotsman. Goodness me. Oh, thank God that's all over. Goodness me. Andy though, about to come across the line to finish in fourth place. Lucky for him, I think he's happy. Fourth place for him. The real action begins next week, of course, for TTG Project Cars. Do get involved if you do. Message at TT_P Cars on Twitter. You do want to join in. Siege doesn't want to hesitate too much. I think he's going to be left on the line here by Theo Daly. He is. Theo Daly snatches it right on the line. Siege being a little bit too cocky there. Crusher Bro, he's lost the bonnet, he's lost the front wing. Well, he's lost the front bumper, goodness me. Crusher Bro coming across the line to finish in seventh place. Oh. But there we go, there we have it. That is tonight's racing over and done with here at the Azure Circuit at Monte Carlo. 5 sprint races coming to an end just like that. Alan K takes your win, McKinnon for you, Mays, Andy, Theo Daly, Siege and Crusher Bro. Of course, if you do want to get involved in the league, at TT_P Cars is the action, is the way you want to be going for that, if you do want to sign up. And likewise, TTG drivers, if you are interested in Gadford Racing, message me about it, and I will put you in contact with the organiser of the league. So let me just put you in contact in that if you are interested. That is all from me here tonight in TTG Project Cars. I think we all deserve a rest now. I'm going to have a quick check of the comment section, see how everyone fared in that. Let me just have a look through my comments. Happy that race is done. Sorry, Crusher. Didn't mean to flip you when you lost it. Oh my god. Nice little run out of room, McKinnon. Ooh. But there we go. It's pre-season, guys. It's pre-season. That's what you got to think. That is what you got to think. But anyways, that is all from me here tonight. Next action from TTTV point of view will be on Tuesday. Well, when I and myself and Mr. McGinley, Kieran McGinley, will be in the commentary box to bring you the TTL F2 action coming up next week. And just to confirm what track it is, I'm going to have a check in the chat just to be sure what track it is next week, because you never know, I'm totally off with these things, to be honest, at this time of night especially. TTL F2 next week. We're in Austria. Fantastic, we're in Austria. The hills are alive with the sound of music, quite literally, and they're going to be in with the hills of alive with the sound of F2 cars going around there in Austria after the Canadian Grand Prix, of course, last week, where White took it from Siege and Navy was third. So do tune in for that. Myself and Mr. McGinley, as I say, from 8 o'clock, TTL F2. We should be live about 5 minutes before. If you, however, do want to weirdly somehow see me drive out on track, I'm going to be doing some GT Sport tomorrow. Please do come in and tune. It's going to be on the Straight Line Motorsports channel. I will link it in on Twitter, so do have a look at me driving. It's the MX5 Cup social race. Do tune in for that. If you want to see my abysmal driving or my absolute dominant driving, and do tune in for that. But from me, thank you very much for watching, and until next time here for Project Cars, which will be next week, goodbye.